Hey, Big Earl here, northtownsound. Time for the continuing adventures of this thing. Throwing some things on a body style that I like. Um, so I got this thing about a month ago. Ordered some parts. Parts took forever to get here, so I've actually got the preliminary work done. So I routed this out here. Did a freehand, so it's kind of rough. I don't know if this thing's going to show it. Of course, the router decided to jump on me. So I blackened it out. Hopefully that's going to get masked off here. I enlarged the holes so I can get the cable through. That's always my nemesis. Geez, I wonder if that's made out of plywood. What do you think? Actually, that's a video I should make. People who rip on plywood guitars, they don't know anything. Most of the time, that's not going to make a difference on you. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get this wired up and we're going to go for it. So to mount the pickups up, I'm going to be using these things, which I got from Guitar Fetish. They're kind of like the adapter version of the old Gibbo Boo Boo rings. Like Guitar Fetish, they make some really nice stuff. But man, they gouge on shipping to Canada. That's all I gotta say. To buy these three things here, the shipping was almost as much as it was to get the actual templates in. So if I could find where these were from overseas, I probably would have gotten them cheaper, but whatever. That's as maybe. So this thing's probably going to need a guard when I'm done. I forgot to buy one, but we'll see. For pickups, we're going to go with these guys. I bought some Wilkinson humbuckers before and quite like the way they sound, so I thought I'd try the S-Styles out. These are nice and heavy, which is always a good sign. They're about like a DiMarzio weight or something like that. That's usually a very good sign when it comes to single coils like these. The way that I'm going to hook this up here, the two outside coils are going to go to the regular toggle switch. So it's going to be front and back with like a center position sort of a telly thing. And then in this here, I'm going to put in a little mini switch for the middle pickup. And then the middle pickup's not actually going to be hooked to the volume and tone. So then that way, if I roll off the volume, I'm going to have the middle pickup by itself. And of course, it's going to be wired out of phase. That way I can get my Rich Thompson tones if I need them. Crank down the volume, get the single middle pickup sound, which I don't mind. And that way I can also play with the idea of variable phase, fading in and out of phase pickup to see how that affects certain sounds. So I'm not going to bore you with my horrible soldering skills here, so I'm just going to get ripping on this and give you an update in a bit. So I shielded the cavities, but of course with these covers I'm not going to be able to join them there, so I'm going to have to run a whole bunch of jumper cables. So I got continuity there, but not between the two. Things that make me laugh about the E Company, things that they do right and things that they do wrong. They've actually done the control cavity and conducted paint, which is hilarious because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one-handed. They didn't do a very good job of it. What am I here? It just barely registers. And so we're going to see about doing stuff. I don't think I'm going to bother with the whole cavity though. I don't think it's worth it. Ooh, it's got quarter-size pots. Not that that means much sometimes. I always laugh people who swap all their electronics, all their pots and the caps and stuff, and then never turn them on or off. Whatever. And of course, when I go to mount the switch, it was too shallow, so after drilling a hole, I have to hit that with the Dremel. Actually, in this case, the fake Dremel. So swing around and get it. Where is it now? Get it tightened up there. What do we do before Dremels? I'm going to do a tiny bit of finish touch up where that broke through, because of course these sorts of finishes always break through. So hang on. Basically, I got some acetone here. Where am I here? The other advantage cheap guitars, you can just slather stuff on. Now where's that chunk? That's the chunk that broke. Where am I? Where the heck are you? There you go. Now, if you were dealing with a guitar with fine lacquer, you wouldn't want to be this sloppy. I don't know if you can see that or not. I got quite a bit on there. But the acetone will just eat into the finish a little bit. And then we're going to mask it off here in a bit. Now for the cheap guitar player's best friend, clear nail polish. You would be amazed what you can fix with some clear nail polish. Got some clear nail polish on that. I'm just going to let that dry. Might have to flatten that back a bit, but that's actually going to hide that chip not bad. You can even use it. Where the heck's a good ding here? That's not a bad ding. You can amazingly blend stuff in. Most inexpensive nail polish seems to actually burn into finishes. So it kind of helps that way if you ever need to do anything like that. Definitely wouldn't use this on a decent finish on a guitar, but yeah, whatever. This was $1. What did we do before dollar stores? Man, I love those places. Okay, an hour later, not one, not two, but 5 wiring diagrams later, I think I got it. The problem was not the 2 outside ones. It was getting this one hooked up right with the switch, because everybody seems to have a different idea how to do that. And of course my idea was ass, so yeah, whatever. Let's hit the neck. Now for the neck. Took it off. Frets were in actually shockingly not bad shape. Oiled it up. Only real problem is this thing came with those kind of tuners. I hate those kind of tuners. 9 times out of 10 they bite. So I picked up some real basic sort of Clusen styles for this. The only problem is it's kind of the opposite of what people do. It's kind of loose in there. Okay. Now you can get conversion bushings for this, you know, to sort of tighten it up. But here, I'm going to show you an old trick. The old way we used to do this is you would grab some tubing. This is some clear tubing that I have kicking around. It's not quite right, but it's close. And you build yourself a little sleeve like that. And then, once you got the bushing in, if you cut it right, I just cut this really quick. This would go inside the peg head holes. Now, this one's a little too wide for the peg head holes. I'm going to see if I need it or not. Once these are on, I'll be able to tell. Yeah, I think these ones are going to be solid enough. There's a tiny bit of play, but by the time I get them screwed in, they should be good. Okay, so there we go. Got the pickups on. Tuners are on. There's a new Snail Face album. Perfect thing for fixing guitars here. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at. Next video, I'm gonna string this up, set her up. Check it out. Big Earl, North Town Sound. Later.